My teacher targeted me at college, so I pranked her so badly that she resigned from the college. When I was in school, I was given a nickname, Prankster Child, because I had basically pranked everyone in the school, but I always made sure not to hit anyone's bottom line. I only did harmless pranks. 2 months ago, when I entered college, I promised myself that I would not prank anyone again. Days went by, everything was pretty boring and normal, until one day I accidentally bumped into Mrs. Stella. I apologized to her. On the surface she said it was nothing, but after that she began to target me at the college. Whenever I did minor things, like asking some question that everyone understood but I didn't, she would humiliate me. One day she crossed the line. She suspended me for 7 days because I was 5 seconds late to class. I then decided that I would take my revenge, so I did what I always do. I made a plan. At first I thought, what can I do? After carefully observing her, I devised the best plan. Before the college started, I secretly entered the class and put glue on the chair. I put the right amount so that it would not be noticeable but would work effectively. Then I also put it on the armrest and the edge of the desk, places where instinct would make her place her hands. I left the room like nothing had happened and blended back into the morning crowd. When Mrs. Stella entered the class, everything looked normal. She placed her bag down, turned to write on the board, and then sat. At first, nothing happened. Then she tried to stand. The chair didn't move. She froze, confused, shifting slightly. A few students noticed and began whispering. She tried again, harder this time, and that's when panic hit her face. The chair dragged with her, making an unmistakable sound across the floor. Someone laughed. She snapped back at them, her voice sharp, but the damage was done. As she finally managed to pull herself free, she realized her mistake. Her hands were stuck. Her sleeve tore slightly. The class had gone silent, not out of respect, but shock. She lost control. She started yelling, accusing students randomly, demanding to know who did it. The more she shouted, the worse it looked. A teacher passing by heard the noise and called the administration. Within minutes, the principal walked in to find Mrs. Stella red-faced, furious, and humiliated in front of an entire class. An investigation followed. What she didn't expect was that students started speaking up, not about the prank, but about her behavior, the humiliation, the targeting, the punishments for trivial mistakes. The 7-day suspension came up. Then more stories surfaced. The prank didn't end her career. Her pattern did. A week later, she resigned. I returned to college expecting punishment, maybe even expulsion. Instead, I was called in, warned formally, and told to move on. No one called me a hero. No one called me a villain either. I learned something that day. Pranks reveal cracks, but they don't create them. They just show what was already broken. And that was the last prank I ever pulled.